Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So my brothers, previously I made a video inviting the entire scholarship of Salafism, top to bottom, to help me locate a hadith which was quoted by one of the most senior shuyukh, Sheikh Uthaymeen, with regards to Allah sitting upon the arsh. Okay? And he said that Ibn al-Qayyim has said that this is from Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal rahimahullah, on the authority of Sayyidina Abdullah bin Abbas radiyallahu anhuma, marfu'an from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now, the Salafis are supposed to be, the impression they give of themselves, that we are people who verify everything. And we are ready to come out and reject anyone and everything that is against Quran and Sunnah. Now, a narration that doesn't even exist, Aqidah cannot be based upon this because it doesn't exist. You can't make up a narration. This is a fabrication in Islam and then say this is what we base our belief upon. Now, my brothers, after I asked for this narration and I asked the entire Salafi world to help me locate this, and if they couldn't, then still come out and surrender and say, look, we can't, this is a lie and this needs to be publicly refuted by all. That this lie has ended up in the verdicts and fatwa of Aqidah by Ibn Uthaymeen. Not a Fada'il book, not a book of virtues, a book related to Aqidah which is talking about the attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, I have in front of me the Mukhtasar of Al-Ulu of Imam Zahabi rahimahullah. Now, this is a book which Nasiruddin Al-Albani has his notes on. And here I have in front of me that Nasiruddin Al-Albani, regarding the same topic, Allah sitting on the throne, okay, he says that he looked for this. He says, Awrada Ibn al-Qayyim. Ibn al-Qayyim, okay, mentions in his book, Fi Juyushihi, Hadith ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma. The hadith of Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma. Al-Mushara ilayhi min riwayati Ahmad. That has been alluded to, that has been pointed to and referred to. In other words, the narration of Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal rahimahullah with the words ala kursiyyihi aw saririhi jalisan. In other words, referring to Allah being seated upon the arsh. Fazada jalisan wa laysat hadhihi ziyadatu inda Ahmad. Ibn al-Qayyim actually added the words jalisan himself. This word jalisan, meaning seated, Allah being seated on the arsh, is not, with Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal rahimahullah in his book, wala inda ghayrihi, and nor anybody else from amongst the hadith experts. Mimman dhakarna, that we have mentioned. فَأَظُنُّهَا مُصَحَّفَةً. And so I am thinking, Nasiruddin Albani is saying, I consider this a tashif, a wording that is not actually part of the original narration, and now Uthaymeen is basing his whole argument of julus upon this wording which doesn't even exist, to show Allah is seated upon the arsh. My brothers, this is weakness after weakness after fabrication after fabrication after fabrication, the foundation of which doesn't even exist. Imagine such an aqidah whose foundation doesn't even exist. Allahu Akbar. And then he says, وَلَا أَعْلَمُ فِي جُلُوسِ الرَّبِّ تَعَالَى حَدِيثًا ثَابِتًا. And I do not know regarding the sitting of the Almighty Allah a single established, authentically proven hadith. There is no hadith that is even thabit and established on this topic. Who is saying this? Nasiruddin Al-Albani is saying this. So my brothers, let's be just, let's come out, let's say that this was a major mistake. Without verification, we are forwarding things without even looking into them. And if this was looked into by Shaykh Uthaymeen, then this is even more grave of a sin. Because remember, a person who lies upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam purposely, and I am not blaming anyone for doing this, I am just saying, if this is done by anyone, where a person purposely lies upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, فَلْيَتَبَوَّأْ مَقْعَدَهُ مِنَ النَّارِ, then he should get his, basically he should prepare his abode, right, in Jahannam, in the fire of hell. So Nasiruddin al-Albani is saying regarding the sitting of Allah upon the arsh, there is not a single established hadith. And here we have our Salafi brethren from top to bottom, day and night, trying. Here we have our Salafi brethren, day and night, trying to, establish and prove and bring support for this belief. When Nasiruddin al-Albani is saying not a single established narration on this topic. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us justice. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil.
يا خاطب الحور الحسان وطالبا لوصالهن بجنة الحيوان أسرع وحث السير جاهدك إنما مسراك هذا ساعة لزمان هي جنة طابت وطاب نعيمها